geographies, but I can see that Metal Plus team looks to be complete because there are folks joining together from one system. Like, for example, I think Ashish, Namo, they are together, Deepak, so they are in part of one system, and another Deepak is also here. So our team is complete.
Excellent. I'm so happy to hear. And then we have the Southern team.
Hi Jessica,
Sangeeta ji.
Sangeeta here. Yes.
Hello, Sangeeta. How are
Hi.
you today?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
So, Sangeeta, whom do we have from your side?
Myself only today. Yeah.
Oh, but Sangeeta, okay, we're going to proceed with the training, but I would really like to make it very, very clear that this is not open or off trade. If you subscribe to the training, you do it all the way.
Yeah.
And last time we spent actually a bit of time to find a time that would work for everybody in the room. So if we do that, then I expect attendance.
Yeah. So all other people, I have already informed them. They are in field actually. They are not at my place. So maybe they are busy or something, which is why they.
Yeah, Sangeeta, what I'm trying to say is that we schedule the call to make sure that everybody can attend. And people confirm their availability. So they all confirmed that it was fine last time. I also sent an email a few days back asking, is these dates still correct?
No,
So,
the dates are fine. This is an emergency, which is why they couldn't come. Maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but in case there is again poor attendance from Saddam, next time we will have to redo the training with the whole team, which I would really avoid.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah?
I understand. Yeah.
Sangeeta ji,
Excellent.
if you can check,
Yes,
couple of people can join. So,
yeah, I'm checking. Yeah.
yeah, just request you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, we keep having people having trouble with the connection. So, who wants to start? We had some homework from last time, and given that we have 3 or participating organizations, I would really request that you don't individually take more than 3 to 5 minutes to kind of present your respective homeworks. Otherwise, it will eat too much into the presentation time. So,
how about we presenting, Jessica?
fantastic.
As a team, we will be presenting. There has been an internal discussion as well.
Okay.
So which means that whatever that one person or two persons, anyone can present, it's a representation, and we can come into conversation. Any one of us can come into conversation.
Yeah.
So I'll request anyone, Namo, Ashish, Deepak. Yeah, go ahead.
Just I'm sharing my screen. So is my screen is visible?
Yes, thank you for the presentation.
Okay. So good morning, all of you.
Put it on a presentation mode. That'll be easier.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashish, if you can please, Ashish and Namo, you can just put it on the presentation mode.
It is already on presentation mode.
नहीं,
वो actually आपने पूरा share नहीं करा
हाँ,
है.
It's
You
okay.
will have to
It's
share
okay.
completely. Unshare and reshare, my friends, by selecting complete screen, or only that window which shows a complete presentation window.
Yeah.
Or I mean, blow up presentation window.
So
Yes,
now,
this is good. So go ahead. But this is also showing us two slides. So.
okay. So good morning, all of you. I am Namo Narayan Sukla, and my colleague Ashish Sen is with me. So in the last discussion, as a homework, we got few questions. So question was first, how do we help to create the end users uh, economic value? So in Medocus, as we are a health tech organization, so my preference to saving the time are patient who are getting appointment through Medocus. So in each pre-booking the appointments, the reduction and the loss the livelihood time, average time saved by village patient is approx 6 hours. In fact, the patient are usually uh, accom- accompanied by a family members. The time saved is two peoples. Upfront patient discount is also helping to patient in their uh, treatment. Uh, One thing more which we are helping, timely identification of the right healthcare provider. This help to reduce the exploration time of identifying the right qualified and healthcare providers. Uh, Also, we are helping to evidence the
Evidence of unqualified healthcare treatment and consulting appropriate unrelated specialists means we are providing right healthcare facility at right time. So the time and money of the patient get reduced.
yeah.
Timely treatment, encouragement by pedometer for timely and qualified treatment reduces the chance element getting aggravated and thus reduces the amount spent on secondary and tertiary care. Uh, Reduction in livelihood loss, timely addressal of health issues helps in reducing the time spent on bed rest, therefore reducing loss of livelihood estimated time, like 5 days. So we're trying to understand the economic value by mathematical chart. Time save means the uh, amount rupees 600 rupees he spent like daily wages for 12 hours means total amount saved 900 rupees. Uh, Patient discount 1100. Average spent by patient using Middle Plus app 10% discount means 110 rupees. Reduction in exploration time 600 rupees. The daily wages rate semi-skilled workers or semi-skilled workers. So unqualified health treatment rupees 700. So timely treatment by right healthcare provider. Livelihood lost patient can save 600 rupees for one person. So total rupees 1800. Final is spent for cure 1100. So total is spent on his healthcare, sorry, his treatment for unqualified health professional, qualified health person. It is cost 4610 rupees. Average spent by patient using Medo Plus app. It is only 1100. So patient can save 3500 on 10 rupees. So total return on investment is 319%. So if the patient can book appointment through Medo Plus app by a our Medo assistance, by the help of our Medo assistance. So our Medo help to patient that the patient can book right healthcare facility means if we have a ortho problem, our metabolic and will help through our app for his orthopedic doctor. So patient can go directly to orthopedic doctor. So the money is spent on quackery, like he went to medical store or unqualified health care professionals, it will reduce. So patient can save uh, like 3,500 rupees, and they can save more than 300%. So patient can get richer by this. He can purchase some his uh, uh, livelihood things.
Yeah.
And
So by this chart, I want to show here that in the question was mentioned, are you sure to member get richer over the product? So this is the outcome what we are providing for a normal healthcare pattern rather than middle class healthcare pattern. Uh, Answering to second question, that how would you communicate the best way in your users? So our communications are like these. If you have Medicus, then why worry? 5 days sick and 5,000 rupees of last income. Use of Medicus app and get treatment on the time as the save the cost. Uh, so these are the communication line we have made. Stop worrying about your element. Find and meet the right doctor using Medicus app. Don't worry about health bills. At the lowest card, get better treatment. Get special discount from Medicus. Timely treatment does not keep you away from work and lost the income. Book appointments using Medicus app and stop worrying the long queues and waiting times. Uh, in a poster way, we have created a communication for our users, like save times and money, stress-free booking, appointments with specialists, doctor services, hospitalization services, online and hassle-free booking, quick treatment, location mapping for the service provider like doctor, diagnostics, and hospitals, and less waiting time. Yeah, Assis, if you add.
so, question number three: holistic solution per customer need, risk factors. So, we should add financing. The lack of fund becomes delayed treatment. Insurance we should add to build trust. We organizing health camp webinars. Risk factors. Am I going to for patient? So, the main question is for the patient: am I going to right healthcare facility? Can I get any transportation for return in night? Patient complaining for waiting at facility. So, patient worried about his old medical records. So, risk factor chart here. So, in middle plus, lack of fund.
Yeah.
No.
So actually, what is the problem we are finding in the field, and what solution? What is the exact solution on what Medicus is providing? In this chart, we are mentioning that like a fund of for treatment. So solution is the health insurance and hospitals product. Medicus offer to patient. This is the partially, and we provide only hospicas. The second problem and worriness for the patient, am I going to right healthcare facility? The solution is specialist doctor and hospital. Of course, Mediclass is providing that. Can I get any transportation for the return at night if we are getting if we are being late and our journey is so far? So for that solution, ambulance services the solution, and right now Mediclass is not able to provide that service. Patient 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 complaining for the waiting facility. This is the most problem. If any patient go to any specialist doctor and hospital, the queue is so long. So the solution is pre-appointment, and of course Mediclass is providing that solution. Patient worried about his old past medical records. digital health record the solution, and of course MedoPlus is providing that solution also. So Assis.
So, uh, the question, last answer is as per our data of NSSO, approx 2.5 or 3% people are required to hospitalization in a year. And for these hospitalization expenses prevention, we have some hospice and other insurance packages are in the market. So rest 97% people who will purchase any hospital insurance product, they think that the premium charges are wastage. So Medoplus with the Switzerland Foundation are designing a loan products for those people to avail quick loan for their hospitalization need, and installments will be pre-designed as per customers paying condition. So uh, we are trying to understand some elements and cost and time for installments. So for stone, it is treatment cost approx 25,000 in rupees. Time will take 4 to 6 months for installments. For cataract, it is 15,000 rupees. It will take 3 to 4 months. Hernia, 25,000. It will take 4 to 6 months. Retired disease, 30,000. 6 to 8 months will take. Heart disease, it is 1 lakh average cost in rupees, but it will take 12 months to pay. So in that case, Middle Plus will provide interest-free health insurance, and interest will fund by Middle Plus. And we will park 2% to pass the financial. Here, for a patient will worries for that he will get insurance fund or not. Or financier worried about for he will get timely installment or not. So we are ensuring for both.
Yeah. So uh, thank you so much. This is from my side, from MedoPlus.
Thank you for this excellent presentation. You really did your job thoroughly. I really like how far you went into thinking through the benefits you were providing, even though I think you have been a bit generous in some places, because it's actually something, it's something I wanted to ask you. You know, the payment that people need to do for the app, is it these, I think it was 1,200? Is it monthly or yearly?
So, sorry, actually, I couldn't get you. Please, can you
Yeah,
repeat?
I was trying I wanted to thank you. It's excellent. It's very good.
Hello,
But
ma'am. Good afternoon.
I just had a question about the economic
Hello.
benefit calculation at the beginning.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yeah.
You
Sangeeta
were
here, sir,
mentioning
from
that
Salem.
they need to pay for the app. I think it was 1,200 rupees, if I remember.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah, and
sir.
my question to you was like, do they need to pay this monthly or yearly?
So I'm Sangeeta,
Uh,
Sangeeta from
So,
Sadhan.
Jessica, they're not paying for the app usage really.
Yes,
So, the
yes.
amount that Namu was
Sir,
showing was actually
I
the
want.
different, uh, let's say, there are different steps that they would
Sir,
have otherwise taken.
I have
So,
sent
for
you a
every step,
message,
there's an
sir.
amount that they were paying or losing. So,
Tomorrow is
overall,
a
per consult
roundtable
is what they
discussion
were,
on technology adoption.
losing out,
So
or
can you
out of pocket
please
expense
pass
was
on
about
that
that number
message
that
to
Naman
your
Ryan was
CTO
talking
or
about
whoever is handling
per consult.
technology?
Otherwise, no,
I
per episode of care, rather, I should say.
Yeah. So there were like different incidences which a patient generally currently, or let us say in absence of MedoPlus app. So that is a normal journey that
Sir,
patient
that
has to undergo. But just
they
in
need
case
to
if
join
MedoPlus app
the group
has
also,
come, and
sir.
then
The
what
group
is the
link
change
I
it
had
has brought to people?
sent yesterday.
Now,
I
so that's the line. So which
Okay, sir.
means,
Okay.
let's say for example, the
Okay.
earlier total spend of a normal
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
healthcare
Thank you
journey,
so much.
because if you see that there is a lot of unorganized and unqualified healthcare journey apportioned. Now, which means there is a cost towards the doctors, there is a cost towards diagnostics, there is also a cost towards medicine. So all that put together towards unorganized, and then after a week or 10 days is what if they're not cured, they move to organized. So the 7 to 10 day period is completely lost. They have also spent money in that period. That is case one. Case two is that uh, they also go for bed rest, and therefore they have to lose on livelihoods. So therefore, that's all what has been accounted in terms of the total actual cost being experienced by the patients currently. Now, if MedoPlus app is being offered by, let us say, Medo Mitra, they eradicate the first 6 7 days of bad healthcare consulting or healthcare advisors, plus the bad cost which gets accumulated. So
I'm going to
the
interrupt you because that was not my question, Niraj. So perhaps there is a misunderstanding. Can we project the slide?
I'm so sorry.
It was not my question. So perhaps we
Okay.
project the I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can we project the slide where you show the economic computation?
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Just one second. Yes. This slide.
Not the first one, I think it was the fifth one.
This one?
I'm afraid either your or my screen is frozen. Then
Okay.
I cannot see the right slide.
Is this?
Can you show slide 5?
Yeah.
Am I the
You
only
see,
one who doesn't see slide 5?
this is the fifth slide. Are you able to see?
Nah. Am I the only one who doesn't see? I see only slide 1.
No, I don't see it either. Namo, I think you'll have to unshare and just share the entire screen. Don't just share the presentation, and that's creating a problem for you.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Share full screen कर दो.
Mhm.
Ma'am, now it is visible.
Yeah, we can see the
Yes,
economic value
good.
slide. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Average spend by patient using MedoPlus app. 1,100. What is that?
Sure. So what happens, Jessica, is now since the application that we have provides the ability to book advance appointments in advance. So what you see before that line, average time spent, every line item that you see are the different areas where people spend time. Okay, time or money
Yeah, I'm
that
not
goes
asking about the
lost, right?
previous lines. I'm asking
Yeah.
about these lines. Sorry, continue.
Correct. No, no, even on this slide itself. So even on this particular slide, there are a couple of other items that you see on top of it. So the average spend on by patient using MedoPlus app is that if they are booking an appointment using the MedoPlus app and then taking a doctor or a healthcare journey, meaning going to visit a doctor or taking a lab test done. So the cost spent or the money spent in doing that healthcare journey, that incident of care, is about 1100 rupees.
So you're comparing the cost of the journey with the app and the cost of the
Yeah,
journey
yeah,
on the
yeah.
app. Now it's clear. Okay. Okay, thank you for clarifying. Thank you, thank you. Excellent. Shall we go to MIS?
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Who will present?
Hi, Jessica, you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, William.
Oh, yeah, all right. So I'm the one who's gonna present for microinsurance team. Yeah, we're able to see the presentation, right?
Yes. If you can put full screen, would be nicer.
All right, let me do that. Here,
Excellent.
great. All right. So for us, uh, we sat down and then we brainstorm, and now I'll just be presenting the microinsurance team. So the first question that we looked into, it's on the economic value of the product that we are offering to the low and middle income group. So yes, that there is an economic value that we are bringing to the end user to become economically active. When we are looking at the angle whereby if they are healthy, they'll be able to participate through in development activities and also in economic activities. But if they are sick, even the economic activity will be affected. So yes, to answer that question, our product is really bringing economic value to the low income group. And also, we looked at the magnitude of return on investment. Yes, we are looking at them, for example, getting a package where they have to pay 12,000 kwacha. This is Malawi kwacha to get a package worth 304,000, which will help them during the hospitalization, outpatient, the issues of maternity, the issues of disability, and they are able, for them, by paying 12,000 kwacha, they are able to avoid some expenses that is about 292,000, which they
Excuse
are
me.
saving in a year.
Tuvik, thank you for joining very late, but could you put yourself on mute, please? Tuvik, you don't need to join if it's to have another conversation. Suvik? Excellent. Let's continue, William. Sorry for the interruption.
All right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is someone has to pay 12,000 kwacha, that is Malawi kwacha, to get a package worth of 304,000, which helps them during the hospitalization, outpatient, the issues of maternity, and also the issues of disability. And they are able to avoid some expenses, about 292,000 Malawi kwacha. This is the amount they are saving by just paying 12,000 kwacha as a premium. And we are looking at this as the product, if you're able to see it. So basically, someone, when they get hospitalized, get a benefit of 30,000 kwacha. In terms of disability, they get a benefit of 150,000. In terms of outpatient, looking at malaria, they're able to get 7,000, and when there is maternity, they're able to get about 50,000 Malawi kwacha, and also when there's a funeral, they're able to get 150,000. So getting all these benefits, someone just have to pay 12,000 kwacha. Calculate, we sum up all these benefits, you find out that they are able to save about 292,000 kwacha. on hospital expenses. Apart from that, they can be able to talk with a doctor. We have a feature which allows them to get a consultation with a doctor while they are at their homes, which is also a benefit for them. And also they are able to receive some health tips on the daily basis with the same 12,000 kwacha. So 12,000 kwacha, they're able to get this benefit, but they're able also to get a free consultation with a doctor. On answering on the question whether members get richer, yes, the members they get richer because the money they are supposed to use for medical bills, for instance, they can use that money to invest in business. So, and also if maybe they are already doing businesses, they will not be able to take the money for business and then pay it for medical bills because there is an insurance that is covering all those expenses that they may encounter. And also on health, if they invest 12,000 kwacha and when they are hospitalized, they get approximately about 90,000 kwacha. Or in terms of outpatient. So in this case, we are looking at the annually. So just for hospitalization annually, someone is able to get a sum of 90,000 Malawi kwacha. And in terms of outpatient, they're able to get about 14,000 kwacha annually. And on the issue of maternity, they're able to get about 50,000, and disability about 150,000 in a year, and also a funeral. Mind you, apart from this benefit, they are able also to get the free consultations with a doctor. So yes, in terms of them, for example, here in the setting in Malawi, most 80% of the population stays in the rural community, and for them to travel to the hospitals are very far. So by them getting a consultation through a phone from a doctor will also save them cost for transportation and also other related costs. Looking at how would you communicate this best to our users or beneficiaries. Yes, so basically we'll look at the value that we are bringing to them. For example, if we tell them that if you invest 12,000 kwacha, Malawi kwacha, when you are hospitalized in a year, you're able to get a benefit of 90,000. In the issues of outpatient, you're able to get 14,000, and then maternity 50,000, and then disability 150,000. So once we show them the value and the benefit which they're able to get by just investing 12,000, they'll be able to see the value of the product, and also maybe explaining to them to say if if they are sick. Basically, most of the people, if they are sick, it's not that they have savings aside. They put savings aside to say, one day if I'm sick, I will be able to use these savings for medical bills. That's not the case in Malawi. So most of the time when they are sick, they'll be able to sell some items, household items, which will even cripple them more as far as economic is concerned. So we'll be able so the way we relay the message to them is if they are sick, in terms of them selling the items, whatever items it is, to pay us the medical bills, then they can just use 12,000 kwacha to prevent to prevent themselves from selling items in order to cover the medical expenses. And if they are using money for business to pay or to buy medication, and also to even pay some bills, the business may suffer and they may not recover the money in the business. While with this healthy product, they can save the money they are used for business, in terms of taking the money using for business to pay for medical bills or for buying the medication. Then insurance is there to cover that. And also because they don't have anywhere to rely on when things get worse, leading, for example, to death. In the rural community, how it is set up is anything will take them by supplies. So, for example, in the incident where there is death, incidents where they need to go to the hospital, they will not wait to find money to go there. So anytime they are sick, they'll be able to go to the hospital, they having in mind that if I go to the hospital, there's an insurance that will be able to cover me up once I'm out of the hospital. On question number 3, what we could add or we need to change to turn our product service into a risk-free. Now, basically the most common risks is fraud, which most people they fear. They think if you are just taking their money and they will not be able to benefit at the end of the day. But also, one of the way we can do to change it is by our fast claim processing. If we process claims fast and if they're able to receive the money in time, it will the trust, and also it will increase the confidence in the product. But also using the mobile transaction to avoid fraud and ease and fast transaction, whereby someone, as long as they have even a feature phone, they can be able to register on the product. They can also be able to pay on the product, and they can also be able to check the balance which they are remaining with, for example, in terms of premium. But also looking at the partnership with mobile operators, because here in Malawi, people they trust mobile operators more than maybe independent companies. So by relying on them, it will create a sense of trust, having in mind that if we can partner with a mobile operator, then we are well known, and then the due diligence has also been done. And also by also showing them the evidence of people who have benefited before. So sometimes we use testimonials of the people that have benefited before, and then be able to also share with the beneficiaries. The last one on how would the financing be the financing problem be the thought for the end user. One of the things that we are looking at is them paying the product in installment. So that's what we are even encouraging now, that someone can pay the product installment until they finish. So if someone has maybe, so the premium, if it is 12,000, the 12,000 can be paid, for example, in 3 months. So that gives them a flexibility in terms of the payment. And also we are looking at those unskilled employees. The mode of how we operate with them is we allow them that the company they are working for to be deducting the money from their salary monthly. So for example, in a month they may be deducting 1,000 kwacha, then in a year it is 12,000 kwacha, and then they have managed to buy the product. And also on how could the payment be bundled or embedded into value proposition. Basically, we are looking at bundling the product with other products that are targeting the same market segment that we are targeting, so that it should have some added benefit. So, for example, if there is a company that is selling solar products to the same market segment, we may bundle the product, our product, to those solar products. So someone buys the solar product, and then the solar product comes along with an insurance product. Yeah, so far this is what we have done from our end. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really like some of the ideas. I think also to bring more immediate value or to reduce the trust gap. There is just, however, one thing that we all know about insurance products, right? And perhaps I misunderstood that, right? Is that in insurance, if it's done well, right? It's like in the casino, the house never loses, right? meaning MIS should never lose. So if you look at the probability of people using the full cover, it's still lower than how much they pay to you. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yes, very correct.
So in that sense, with insurance, a large majority of users get poorer. And the problem is the spread, right? A
So
large majority of users get poorer and a few get richer.
no, I would dispute that. That's not correct.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, that's not correct because insurance in modern times or at the moment it has to be considered as a risk management tool to the low or middle income earners who don't have access to those particular types of insurance policies. So, in order to build financial resilience in these particular people, that's why we come up with a microinsurance products which are easily accessible and convenient to them by paying equitable premiums, which are very much lower than the risk that we are carrying from them. Because in insurance, we normally use what we call risk pooling, where you bring a number of people that face similar risks and then provide a solution to them. Because we look at the law of large numbers, whereby you bring a huge number of people paying small amounts of money in an event where someone succumbs to unforeseeable circumstances, you take that particular money and finance that particular risk. So I wouldn't say that insurance is not benefiting a number of people. It is. And actually, in Africa, it helps to reduce the poverty levels by one, giving you peace of mind, and secondly, providing financial protection. So I would dispute your idea.
Yeah, you dispute very well, but you don't address, I don't think you address my problem, right? For people who pay and do not use their policy, they get poorer. Or for people who pay and use the policy to a lesser amount than what they pay, they get poor. And what I was trying to flag to your colleague is that this happens. And it needs to happen for the insurance product to be profitable to MIS.
The reason why, okay, looking at the nature of risks, you don't know the timing of that occurrence of a risk to you. Specifically, I wouldn't say they're getting poorer, but in actual sense, as I had said, risk management from the insurance perspective, you look at bringing small amounts of money to manage the particular risks of those few individuals that are going to suffer a loss.
I
So,
understand the principle of insurance. Actually, I advise insurance clients. What I'm trying to say is that for a number of users, they will get poor because they will pay without getting the cover because they don't get sick. And those who don't get sick or don't go to the hospital do lose money. Right?
Yeah, I think that, yes, I understand the concept, but maybe that's where now we are able to look at bundling the product with other products. So,
Uh,
example, if it has been bundled, someone will still be using a solar product. So he will still or she will still see the benefit of it because it has been bundled. So insurance will not be seen as a loss in that case because it has come along with something. So yes, I think bundling the product also reduces that.
okay, but again, William, from your product, they will become poorer. And somehow, from the other product, from the solar, they will get richer. But perhaps, net insurance plus solar is still positive, but if we look only at your product, people become poor. I mean, the ones who don't use their cover within the year become poor. So I think that's one of the main hurdles that a lot of the plans try to address today. Because people are not stupid. They say, why do I pay for something I will not get I may not get the service back, right? So that's one of the main questions that when main flows in your model is like, in average, if you take the probability of them using the full cover or partial cover, it should be relatively low, and this is what makes your product sustainable, but this is what also makes them poor. So, but let's thank you for the excellent work. I'm just a bit afraid that you guys are using 20 minutes to give your excellent insights back. I'm just wondering if Sadan has prepared something. Otherwise, we will move their presentation to next session.
So Meadow Plus, and that was the presentation. Also, I was part of, Jessica. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sadan doesn't have any specific
No, not a separate
input.
presentation.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Then let's move to the presentation. Alors, I'm going to share my screen. Voilà. I hope the pen disappears. Can somebody remember if we did this one?
No, I don't think we did.
Okay, very good. It's just a bit annoying because somehow the it doesn't want to hide that.
No, we have not done this. This is yet to be discussed.
Oh la la. My computer, I had to restart it a few times today. Can you see my screen well or not?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, it's finally moving. Okay, excellent. So we go through our quiz question. And pay attention to the formulation of the question, right? So this is really for the marketing professionals in the room, right? What marketing activities are most effective to trigger sales, especially the first sales, right? Because usually you have products that are quite novel in the market. So what are most effective to trigger sales? So first choice, awareness campaigns to make people understand the benefit of the product, because you believe that if they understand, they will buy, right? Then what we call below the line or proximity marketing, to demonstrate directly the product and answer directly any issues or concerns. So that could be door to door, or demo days, or health camps, or things like that. And then question number 3, what we call above the line in marketing, meaning TV or radio campaigns. The idea being your product is great, and the point is just to make your marketing as cost effective as possible, meaning reaching as many users as possible per marketing activity. So who wants to vote? Anyone wants?
Are we voting or maybe?
Yes, we can. You can put it in the chat in like last time.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Huh? Aye. Oh, there was a problem. Alors, sorry, I'm gonna reopen. Okay. Alors, where is the chat? Alors, only one person has voted one. I'm gonna reshare the screen. Sorry, there was the PDF stopped responding. Oh, this one. Oh, PDF just froze. Let me see if I can share it in PowerPoint, perhaps. Yes. Let me do that. Alors, Sangeeta voted. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Sangeeta voted. Anyone else voting?
Yes, I've voted as well. I don't know if it has shown in the message box.
No. And there's one with me. Ah, yes, it's coming. So we have 1 times 1, 2 times 2. Please, everyone vote. We have 14 participants, including 2 per screens in some places. Okay. Suvik, I'm not sure what you mean. All there. Can you clarify? Okay, we're still missing a few people voting, please. Okay, so I'm trying to count. We have 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. We have a tie. So far, 3 people answered 1, and 3 people answered 2. So somebody who answered 1, please. Sangeeta, Ali, why did you answer 1?
So I thought awareness campaigns are the cheapest to reach out to these clients, because when you are telling about your products, the first thing I we can later on include proximity marketing as well, TV or radio campaigns, also later on awareness campaigns, maybe the first one, because somebody needs to know what what is the product. So yeah, and that is cheaper than proximity marketing. That is why I voted one. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And then I think we had Robert voting 2.
Hello. So so I'm for two because I feel like this is a new product. At the same time, we are targeting people that are basically not included in much of the financial activities happening. So basically, if you take the product to them, you also include one because by demonstrating you're also creating awareness. So you not only creating awareness, but you also make them appreciate physically what the benefits are, so they can have the audio visual appreciation of what you're offering.
Okay. Do we have somebody from Middle Plus who wants to give their opinion?
Yeah. So actually, if you have option to choose two, so definitely I will go with one and three. But I answered here on one just because we are a health company, and we can connect more people to our awareness program, and this is definitely more cheaper than other than two options. So this is
But for sure, 3 is cheaper than 2. I mean, depends, but normally, yeah. Okay. Perhaps I think Suvik wanted to say all. I'm not sure what Suvik wanted to say. Suvik, you want to explain? Suvik, perhaps you are on mute. Okay, never mind. So let's look at the answer. So actually, the right answer is number 2. And let's see why. Right answer. There is no right or wrong answer, but according to our research, number 2 seems to be more effective, right? And let me show you a little bit of a scary slide. I always call it a scary slide. I hope you can see the title because for some reason that the band doesn't want to go away. I could try to make the screen smaller, but then I hope you can. But basically, what the slide shows you is that awareness and understanding does not drive sales, right? So we have 2 types of products where it's actually very we did these research with different types of product, and you can see that after these companies investing a lot into awareness, you can get awareness and understanding levels that are very high. So in this case, 84 and 63%, and still, sales penetration of 13%. Or in another product, you would have an awareness of 69%. Out of those, 83% say they would purchase, and still 2% actually purchase, right? And these kind of brings together a few insights we have gathered so far. Often, the people, meaning the people who develop this product, are convinced it's a beautiful product, are convinced this is what people need, and you have this bias thinking that if only people would know and understand your product, they would not hesitate a split second to buy it, given it's so good, right? So you have this kind of biased view that your product is so great that there is the main thing that you need to fix for people is awareness and understanding. And this is why we have seen a lot of companies investing disproportionately in awareness and understanding of product. And the sales don't move at all. They remain a few percent of all the people you actually reach out to. And these actually, then you wonder why, right? And we're back to the same old issues that we looked since the beginning of the training, which are trust issues, or people tell you also it's too expensive, but behind these too expensive, they mean many different things, right? A lot of people take this too expensive literally. But what they mean by that is that I don't trust, right? I don't trust that I will get all the benefits you describe, right? And so I don't want to take that risk. Because if I don't realize all the benefits that you promised to me, then this is too expensive, meaning it's not good value for me. it is gonna be money in the bin for me, right? And so to address this concern, it's not at all the same activity, right? It's not at all an awareness problem. It's not at all an education problem. It's a trust issue that you need to overcome, right? You may make them aware of your product. You might explain them the benefits of your product, all what you want, and they will still not buy it because they don't trust. They will actually benefit in their own case of the benefits you describe, and therefore they think that this is probably too expensive for them, meaning probably not good value in case, or in case they don't benefit as you describe, or there is a problem, or just it's going to be too expensive. So this is usually a lot of marketing activities are the focus of a lot of marketing activities are misplaced. A lot of companies spend thinking, like we need to make them aware, we need to educate them. They don't understand, they must be a bit stupid, They don't understand. People are not stupid. They understand full well, they just don't trust what you tell them. Right? And so actually, perhaps this is the single most scary slide that we have in the full deck. And I'm going to try to explain to you what it means. On the left-hand side, we have above-the-line marketing expenses as a percentage of sales, right? So people investing into the company is investing each line, if you want, each line, each bar, each set of bar rather, is a company, and you can see how much in percentage of sale these companies have invested into billboards, TV, radio, right? And you can see that some companies invest zero, perhaps because they don't have the budget or they don't think it's useful, and some companies invest up to 12%, right? And then vis-a-vis the other bar on the right-hand side is how much they sell, right? So it's basically a bar that shows commercial success. The longer the bar and the greener the bar, the more successful they are at selling, and the more successful they are financially in terms of break-even. So what you would have thought sometimes that perhaps market above the line, meaning TV or radio or billboards, sometimes people might have told you it's not really effective, it's not really working. But what you see on this slide is that it's negatively correlated, meaning the more you do it, the least successful you are at selling, and the less you do it, the most successful you are at selling, right? And this is actually a very scary and insightful idea, right? Because a lot of people think, oh, what I do in marketing, at best it works, at worst it doesn't work, right? Or it's not effective. But what you can see is that some marketing activities actually can harm you sales. And when we found these results as a team at the field, we were wondering ourselves, but what is happening? This is really bizarre, right? And we could only find one explanation, and if other people in the room want to propose other explanations, I'm really open to hear your thoughts. But essentially what is happening is that, or what we think is happening, is that above the line undermines your credibility. Meaning, people will trust you less because they see you on TV, radio, and billboards. And if they trust you less, they will be less willing to buy your product, right? It's like, oh, these people, oh, this is not for me, right? These people who are try to sell me this thing, this thing on TV or radio, are they taking me for stupid? Must be a scam. Who would buy this? Must be a scam. Right? I won't buy it. right? So actually, I don't know who. There were some people who were saying, let's do above the line. This is how we can reach most people, and as soon as they hear about us, they're gonna come to us, flock to us and buy our product. I think this is a very, very wrong assumption. Most people, their starting point is that they don't want your product, right?
There's
And they
also one more. Sorry, go ahead.
no, interrupt me. It's fine.
No, I thought you completed your thought. So please continue, and then I come.
No, so I think their starting point is that they don't want your product. And they probably understand or aware that there is products like yours, but they still don't want it. So you have to work at a complete different level of persuasion and to develop trust and a vision, to develop a relationship of trust with your users or with your future buyers requires a totally different approach to marketing. Yes, what do you want to say?
So I just wanted to add one more component of the experience we have seen is because we are talking of ATL and the audience is BOP. So there are so this segment we have not seen much of an exposure to various BTL mediums, which might include the digital or even print or even the television ads. So that's one gap area which gets converted right at the word go when you identify the medium of communication. So therefore, for us also BTL actually does not work. Sorry, ATL. My apologies. ATL does not work for this segment of audience
Thank
because
you.
that
Yeah.
yeah and rest all you have already mentioned the trust factors and
Mm.
things. So what has worked for us is the real testimonials or the usages because and going back from the exercise that you have given to us about the value creation of the product or the service, especially service that we offer, which is associated with the risk that there is in mind of the consumer, in this case patients. So the best way was to demonstrate, and once you are able to demonstrate, the value proposition is seen, the risk seen is depleting, and then the beneficiaries in a close community of villages, they start becoming your brand ambassadors. So that's one space which has really fetched some positive results for us.
Yeah, totally. I mean, seeing is believing, right?
Seeing is believing, and it also gives the clubbing up the value with the risk diminishing. Actually, it generates the willingness to pay or willingness to use of those services or products.
Exactly, exactly. So I think we totally, like
Yeah.
there's many ways to build that trust, right? First, making a happy customer, right? One that takes the risk to use your product and actually gets very happy about it, and then the neighbors, the friends, the family see it, and they start believing that perhaps or trusting that perhaps it could work for them too. Right? If you remember the very first example I gave at the beginning, Suraj, the guy in Ghana who was trying to sell the cook stoves, spends a lot of time and energy making people aware, then spends a lot of time and energy and resources in demonstrating the benefits, right? Both in terms of cooking and in terms of financial. And still, people don't buy, right? And it's only when he offers them to purchase after trial that people buy. And people are ready to pay for the trial. Why? Because then they are sure that whatever cook stove they got at home is gonna work for them, right? So you overcame the ultimate trust issue, you know. This cook stove is actually working for me and is actually bringing the benefits that they claim to have. And so you have to go all
So,
the way to actually overcome that trust issue.
all right. So, for me, it's just a question. For example, if we are looking at cook stove, those are tangible products you can give someone to try. But now, in your maybe in your understanding, I want to hear from you, Jessica, for those products which you offer as a service, like for example, insurance is not something tangible. How will you overcome that?
Yes.
Maybe yes, I just want to hear from you, and probably it can also help us as well.
Yes, it's always a bit more tricky with intangible products, right? And with the physical one, you feel that it's easier. Though you might also argue, like it's also more complicated with tangible products because you deal with goods. But in your case, I think all the ideas that revolve around letting people experience the product, be it in health camps, or giving them a free consultation, or letting them use telemedicine because many of them have never used telemedicine and they don't believe that an online consultation can be as useful, as powerful, as relevant, or the doctor is as good as the one at the hospital, right? Let them experience the product, perhaps at no risk or at no cost for them at the beginning, right? So they kind of can see first that it works, that it's real, that it's actually decent quality, that it's useful, right? And then you will stand a chance of convincing them to buy more or the full package. So all your ideas around letting them taste the service, experience the service, and be happy with the service is all good ideas, right? Ideally for free, right? And this goes also for the Medo Plus people, like worldwide. I think worldwide for all, and we were doing the statistics the other day. I think for all the healthcare players that offer a mix of in-person consultation and telemedicine, even if you would argue that telemedicine brings a lot more benefits because people don't lose time, they don't travel, they get a much faster diagnostic, right? Telemedicine consultations only represent 10% of all consultations. So people still stick to traveling. And so I think letting them see the benefit and experience the benefit is essential in convincing them about what they can get from it. So I think this is my main point to you. And the second point that was also brought up before, also, like for instance, in the case of insurance, it's a bit more tricky, right? Because they need to trust that whenever they will go to the hospital, they will be able to claim the hospital cash or whatever it is, right? And for this, it's very difficult to demonstrate ahead of time. But you can actually build and make noise about the people in the community who successfully used it. Because as it was said before, these people become your ambassador. They become the living proof that your product works, right? And so you need to use their testimonies to actually publicize your product.
Yeah, I think that's well understood. Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome. So a lot of people asking sometimes what kind of below the line marketing activities these successful companies use. So these are all the companies that were very, very strong at driving sales through below the line marketing. And again, we're talking about tangible products, but I think this is all the directions that you can think of. So demonstration, so in your case would be for instance, health camps, endorsement from trusted institutions and people, right? So this is typically, you would involve either the traditional, the political, or the religious leader, or the medical expert, or the medical person in the village, and this person kind of stand next to you and tells everybody this is great and this is good. So people think, if this person trusts it, it should be good. You use your salespeople among people who are trusted in the community. So these are all in your case, it's relying on community health workers, for instance, to become your sales or your promotion agents. You can also, at the beginning, when you open a new area, right, and you don't have an existing customer base that can become your ambassadors, that can become the living proof, that can start the word of mouth. You can give free trials to the opinion leaders in the group, right? You can typically, if you do enrollment through groups, you can give a free product, a free trial to the people who lead the group, right? And then they experience the product, they're happy with it, and then they will become ambassadors for their group, right? There is also free trials for poorest. The problem is that when you do that, usually they want it free forever. But anyway, you could argue they should get it free. So that's also something. And then there is some tactics about peer pressure, meaning, but that typically involves working in groups, meaning you use the group to actually promote. Who is not on mute? Somebody's not on mute. Or it's okay. I'm gonna mute you. The peer pressure works in some cases that are, for instance, it doesn't. I'm not too sure. Yes. So in your case, for instance, the case of insurance, what I have seen, the peer pressure is an example actually comes from a sanitation company, right? In sanitation, you need the whole area, the whole village, to move towards clean sanitation, because if there is still people in the village who do not have a safe, sanitation solution in their compound or in the house, it kind of messes up the benefits for everybody because there is still some level of contamination. So it's everybody or nobody, right, in a village. And so in these cases, you can really use peer pressure from people in the village who kind of adopt the product to put pressure on the people who have not adopted it, because everybody ultimately wins with everybody being on board. But a similar strategy that I have seen, for instance, in the case of insurance or healthcare, would be, for instance, some companies I know in Western Africa have put a minimum number of enrollees. So you cannot have, they don't have individual policies, they only have group policies, right? And so they typically have a group policy. The minimum level for a group policy would be 5, right? So it's typically the household size. So even if, let's say, the policy makes sense for the kids and the elderly in the family, perhaps the mother or the father, the main bread earner or whatever, will think, I don't need it, I'm young and healthy, I don't need it. But still, because you can unlock the policy only with 5 people, then everybody says in the family, but get it too, right? So we can avail the policy coverage for also the kids and the elderly in our household. And so that's a similar tactic, right? Whereby you use peer pressure. And indirectly for MedoPlus, when they will work with microinsurance companies, similar thing, right? I don't know, I would assume that the microinsurance company that you would work with has both individual and group products, and is the same thing, right? For the group products, the group lending products, we're using peer pressure to make sure people pay and repay. So these are some examples of how you can think about the below the line marketing activities adapted to your context. Any questions?
One more component comes here to my thoughts, and which we also experience. is the encouragement. So the fellow villagers encourage each other because it is a sensitive topic of healthcare and it's more towards the qualified healthcare. So therefore, they encourage based on the demonstrations or usage which have already been.
Yes, so that's this peer dynamics. Very good. Yes, the peer dynamics can be, negative pressure or positive pressure, right? And that's also very important. Okay. Excellent. So next, anyone has those questions? Okay, if not, I think we need to wrap
Yes,
up.
I have one.
Yes, go
I
ahead.
have one question, and
Yes.
that can be purely uh, to us, to setups like us, where we are operating in geographies which have so many number of villages, which means if we take this as strategy, while we say ATL is expensive, definitely it is one of the most expensive with very low COCA. COCA is cost of customer acquisition. So, sorry, very high cost of customer acquisition. But in this case, there's a lot of human intervention which happens, Jessica. And this is one problem statement from a scalability purpose as well. Everywhere you go, it's a new community. Any village which is maybe 3 kilometers or 2 miles away becomes a new setup altogether. The goal for all of us, or for organizations or startups like us, is surely to expand, to scale, and to generate that experience and trials every time in a new village. Surely is a engaging activity. Unlike other marketing things, it does not spread like fire. So that's my one question back to you. Experiencing this, any inputs that you may have for us to how to utilize this BTL activities for a rapid and less engaging, or let's say for rapid expansions.
It's a fallacy. It's a myth. You cannot do the products you do fast and cheap. That's a fallacy, and you should just stop. You can do with a lot of cash. So you can do at scale with a lot of money. It's a fallacy. People who are promising to donors or investors to reach the million in 2 years, they're lying. Right? The truth is that you're not selling washing powder. You're not selling Coca-Cola. You're selling stuff that people don't need or don't think they need, don't want, don't trust. And it is very, very hard work.
And exactly that's what I think you're echoing the same thing. And we also use same expressions and our experiences maybe for with the prospective investors.
Yes,
And
so there is a
so
whole
that
education of investors that need to be done, right?
okay, yes, true,
Right?
true. So we spend a lot of time in that, and then a lot of efforts in that, and but then this question, Jessica, is continuously bothering them, and if it is bothering them, it surely means that it is bothering us as well, because the partnerships does not come easily from the investors, and we surely need. While we continue doing it, we have been going deeper. We have been generating growth at a decent pace in only in the geographies where we operate. But when it comes to rapid expansions, I mean expansions, and please ignore my word rapid. I'm saying from scalability purposes. This is the question mark that we keep. I do not know addressing because probably our answers are not seen in the right spirit. That's why we are yet to face the first one. So I
That's
really
not a marketing
strongly need
topic.
some tips from experts like you to help us, guide us, and tell the world that this strategy is really effective. And why don't you guys collaborate on this one of this is strategy which and mind that this is strategy itself is a sustainable strategy within that community. We strongly see that. So, uh, so now really some expert inputs from you, Jessica.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk about this is more about investor management, but I think there is also so at the level of your company, there is some practical steps you can take to stop wasting, because there is a lot of wastage in marketing and sales in doing stuff that does not work or does not yield the conversion that you expect, right? And so you lose a lot of companies use a lot of resources and time doing stuff that does not work, and you should just stop doing that. Second, you should increase your margins. We're gonna see you need to make your product more expensive to pay for all that. This is going to be a slide that is coming, later. But if you cannot afford to do what is required within the price that you charge, you need to increase the price. That's just simple math. And then third, you really need to educate your investors. I know that we are in a time where everything needs to be mass marketing. A company needs to reach the billion in revenue within 5 years. Everything needs to be like that, but it's not the markets you operate, right? I always say, the market, the war you play in, it's a war. The war you play in, it's World War One. The trenches. I don't know if you have. Or perhaps, to talk to, it's the Kashmir War, right? Where you need to climb mountains and win, 100 meters by 100 meters, to actually win. It's not the atomic bomb war. You just drop the atomic bomb and you have one. It's a trench war. You need to go village by village, people by people. And of course, once you reach a certain penetration in a village, you hope that things will pick up if your delivery and if your product and your after sales are good. Because as you were saying, people convince people, right? So the ones who have tried, they're happy, they buy again, they convince more people, and slowly, the sales will happen without you. But it takes time to reach that level of penetration in a place. And if anything, I would always argue, you should focus on reaching the level of sales and penetration in a place needed for the sales to happen without you, rather than go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and reaching a very suboptimal level of sales in each area, not delivering well, not doing after sales, and then the very few customers who you have acquired in any given area will not renew or will not recommend your product further. So there's a few things we can discuss about how to come out of these, but just admitting to yourself that there's a lot of things that you do that don't work, and that you need to explain these to investors who have never seen the reality in the field and how difficult it is to convince these people. Then it's another one. But then there is also some techniques, some changes that you can do in your product, in your positioning, in your promotion, in your value proposition that also help accelerate things. Right? This is the whole point of this.
Thank you, Jessica, especially for offering uh, maybe to help us in finding that pitch, that solution, that conviction among the external people. And believe me, I would like to hijack your time whenever it is possible to get into this dialogue.
Excellent. I'm at your disposal, and I'm really happy we can, if we can have it.
Okay, sure. We will drop a separate email and then find a common.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm very sorry. I had a call already 10 minutes, starting 10 minutes ago, so we need to wrap up. And we need to schedule the next iteration. I am a bit as I was mentioning last, I'm gonna stop sharing. As I was mentioning last time, the next call is a bit complicated for me. So the only slots. Oh my god! So I don't know. My computer decided not to wake up this morning. I don't know. The only slot that would work for me in the coming weeks is probably the 22nd of July. Would that work for people in the room? Yes, no? Rather, no. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I think for us we are fine.
Okay. Thank you, William. So we have
Yeah, I
William.
think 22nd July is fine.
Okay. Anyone in Menoplus or Saran that has a big no-no on that date?
So as of now, Meadow Plus looks to be okay to attend on 22nd.
Excellent, excellent.
There
Sangeeta?
is some last moment visit which is coming up, Jessica,
Uh-huh.
from existing partners.
Okay.
Also, so I mean, we will surely try to adjust, accommodate
Fantastic.
any of
Thank you.
our calendars, but just in case if it is and it's like 0.5%, we will not be able to accommodate, but we will let you know well in advance.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Otherwise, we are there.
Excellent. And then Sangeeta, I let you look back with your colleagues to make sure they can attend or shout if they cannot.
Yes, Jessica. Yeah.
Lovely, thank you. So thank you everyone. We're gonna go into this routine. I'm gonna send an invite, the slides of today, and a shorter assignment this time. Because last time was a very big assignment. You were sharing back a lot of ideas, but I'm gonna send a shorter assignment this time. Thank you everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
क्या है हम्म 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 हम्म
आदेश ने बोला राजेश को आप एक सेपरेट फ्रेश मेल लिखो। लिखने के बाद आप उनसे कम्युनिकेशन, उन लोगों का वही प्रॉब्लम है ना कि किसी के साथ बात नहीं कर सकते। वही सेम मेल लिख दे रही, तो मेल आदेश को लिखा था, सेम मेल में सारा कुछ हटा दे रही हूँ आगे पीछे। हाँ, सबसे सुबह से बात कर रही थी, सबको उस ग्रुप में डाल रही थी। आपको ज्वाइन करना है आप करो, उस सीटीओ ग्रुप, सीटीओ वाले को ही ज्वाइन करने के लिए बोला है। सीटीओ ग्रुप, सीटीओ आपके पास आया नहीं होगा, जो मेल ये जो मैंने भेजा ना लिंक व्हाट्सएप वाला, उसी पे क्लिक करके घुस जाइए।
उस बंदे का नाम क्या है देवेंद्र? वो जो मेल लिखा ये हाउस में वाला।
देखेंगे वो पैट्रिसिया को मेल लिखना है, लिख दीजिए। तो आज हो गया वो मंडे को गया मैं घर में। आप बिलीव नहीं करेंगे, मैं 14 से सैटरडे संडे मिला के, सारे वीकडेज मिला के रोज 12:30 बजे सोती हूँ। 12:30 1 सैटरडे संडे इंक्लूडिंग पूरे दिन में लगी रहती हूँ इसके पीछे, नहीं तो खत्म होता। आपने देखा कितना है। फिर भी हो गया था जब 80%, तब भी आगे सर ने मुझे डांटा। सोचिए कि मैं नहीं की होती तो कितना डांट पड़ता। भेजा भेजा कि नहीं भेजा? कौन? नहीं, मैंने भेज दिया कि नहीं भेजा? हरिदर्शन का ना ईमेल आईडी थोड़ा डिफरेंट होना चाहिए था। ये हमारे इसमें तो हरी साधन तो वही, उसको डिलीट करना पड़ेगा ना। इसका कौन सा था? हरिचंदन का, वो भी हरिहर था। लेकिन दोनों जब एक ही साथ था कुछ अलग था। अरे कुछ दिन से मैं देख रहा हूँ फेसबुक में आता है ना फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट
सेम फ्रेंड्स हैं सर, हरी दर्शन का और क्या नाम है, हरी चंदन का। हाँ, कब का मर गया, मतलब कब का साथ, बैड वे ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन। बहुत ही अच्छा था। ट्विंकल। नहीं आपको बोलना नहीं अगर आएंगे तो मिनट्स हाँ मैं देख रहा हूँ इसको की परफॉर्मेंस को भेजना है मैंने आपको भेज दिया था वो चेक करो मैंने कराया जाए चीज वो काम नहीं करती नेक्स्ट वीक नेक्स्ट मैंने उसको एक नोट में डाल दूंगा वर्जन मेल में हाँ देखा मैंने मिनट्स पे तो 20 तारीख वाले उसके लास्ट में लगा हाँ हाँ ये भी भेज रहे हो हाँ दोनों भेज दोनों में वही चेक एक में कोच है एक में कोच है लेकिन मीटिंग तो शेयर ही करना हाँ मीटिंग शेयर किया पहाड़ों में बैठ के बिल्कुल मतलब संदीप को कुछ बोलना है, बोल रहा है। इसको कहते हैं सोचू सोचू तुम्हारे अच्छा है। पहाड़ों में बैठ के अपना बारिश वाली आइसक्रीम खाते हुए मजे से जाएंगे। 8 तारीखे 8 तारीखे এবং 9 তারিখে চলে আসবো, তাও তো উপরেও থাকবো না। तुम्हारा इसको लग रहा है आजकल कोई काम नहीं है। एक ही सीट है अगल बगल वाला यही कर तुम्हारा फ्लाइट अगल बगल वाला सीट है। हाँ वही तो बोल रहा हूँ क्या नहीं दो टिकट एक साथ करो ना, एक साथ अलग करो ना भाई। नहीं उनको ये चाहिए होता है, आई चाहिए होता है, और मिडिल में नहीं, मिडिल में तो नहीं होना चाहिए। बीच में कोई आना आप बीच में वो उसको बोल देंगे किसी को बिठाना। तो थोड़ी देर के लिए चेंज कर देंगे बीच में आ जाएंगे फिर वो उधर चले जाएंगे। राइट क्या बोला ये बंदे ने जिसको मैं
नहीं अभी तो भेजा है, बात नहीं की है अभी।
आदेश के साथ बात हो गया था ना।
बोला कि ही इज माय सीनियर सो यू शुड यू राइट अ फ्रेश मेल एंड अभी वो इसका आइडिया का एक जो है उसके लिए सब कोई मेल तो नहीं देखते ना ये लोग। गड़बड़ है सूरत सर
आज मैं 5:30
क्यों
वो 6 बजे
6 बजे तो निकलना ही है।
हमारा 4 को मीटिंग है ना। टेक्नोलॉजी वाला मेल कहाँ गया? Sunny will come today? No. This will give us. I may be also taking some leave. Okay. Work from home is real. That's it's real tasty. Oh. Come straight. Masala peanuts. I love peanuts. I love peanuts with chocolate wrapped around. Good. Whether we went to this Saket Center, that pub, the cha. This is bars. Yes, susu pickles. It's called susu pickles. Because they give you जो leftover होता है, they put it into everything and you taken the unhygienic things of about 20 other men and women. Whatever you said. This good no. Social. If you order masala peanuts, they bring it in a steam pickle. Steam pickle. And that day, it was a steel kitchen box. That day they were coming with this porcelain thing. That's very good. And that day this final was there. And people were like, oh, you watched it. Yeah. And people were there for like long 2-3 hours. They were sitting there. Oh, you got the excitement of that evening. It was very good. Who? Are you? I want to listen what exactly they are. They don't. Where the parents were asking whether they should remain silent. I have no idea. It's a weird one. No? Being exclusive. वो कार्तिक ने पहले थे उनके साथ I believe he's close to Alok. पहले था उन लोगों के साथ फिर they have moved out. पहले दोनों के साथ था उसके बाद moved out. अच्छा they were only with them. At that time Amrish was यस सर. कहाँ से बोले सर? सर आप कहाँ से बात कर रहे हैं? सर ये साधन ऑफिस है, आपको कहाँ बात करनी है? कौन सी ऑफिस में बात करनी है सर आपको? नहीं सर, ये रॉन्ग नंबर, ये साधन ऑफिस है, दिल्ली में आपने कॉल किया सर.
Hi sir, good afternoon.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm here sir. Am I not visible?
Why can't I don't know? It says connecting. My video is on, my mic is on, speaker on, everything on, but I can't see anybody.
I am towards one side sir. I don't know how I got there.
I just clicked on your link. I'm actually on the mobile because I was actually coming from NIBM Pune to go play. So I couldn't open my computer. I'm on the mi- I'm on
Mobile.
my mobile because I just did the I installed it on the other one also. Let me check. Maybe the other one will work. Let me check. This is loading. 1 minute. He says someone should let you in. So let me in this. Let me disconnect the other one.
Sorry. Sir, can you see me now? Sir will connect at 4:30 because he is in a meeting. So he said we will connect at 4:30. That is what